Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's time for another unboxing, or I guess we should say unbagging from here on out with Monster Bass. This month we're going to be going over March's Monster Bass Southern Region bag. And I'll have to say, I've already dove into this one, and I think it's an excellent bag this month. I really like the theme that they went with. Every bait in this month's bag has won a Bassmaster Classic. With the exception of one bait. They included I believe it is a hammerhead squarebill crankbait that's a limited edition special color painted by Messer Baits. That's the only bait in this bag that hasn't won a Bassmaster Classic. So I really like that theme this month. And another thing that I really like this month, whether it's Monster Bass, Mystery Tackle Box, Lucky Tackle Box, any bag or box that I get from these companies, there's usually at least one or two baits in the bag or box that I just simply will not use. I was pleasantly surprised this month with Monster Bass. Every single bait in this bag is something that I will use and I will catch fish on, and that's a rarity for all the bags and boxes that I've got in the past. And like I said, I'm really pleased with that. And I would also like to encourage everyone, I'll leave a link up above. I'm doing a year-long comparison between Monster Bass and Mystery Tackle Box Elite. At the end of every month, I'm taking both the Monster Bass bag and the Mystery Tackle Box and doing an in-depth comparison, which one's the best bang for the buck. And like I said, I'll leave a link to it up above, and I like to encourage everyone to check it out if you like this kind of content. And again, I'd like to tell everyone I really appreciate you watching. It means a lot to me, and if you like this kind of content, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, let's leave some comments down below. And it really means a lot, and I appreciate it. And again, I think this is going to be a lot of people are really going to enjoy this bag this month. And without further ado, let's roll that intro and just dive right into it. Okay guys, I'm going to start ending these videos a little differently now. I usually just do a no talking, open the packages up, show the baits, and that's it. While I'm still going to do that at the beginning, I'm going to start at the end, kind of having a little wrap up and discussion of each bait, what I think about it, how I'll use it, those type of things, and see how this works out, because I think some people would enjoy that more than just basic opening a package up and showing a bait. And I like to start off by saying again, like I said at the beginning of this video, I think this is a great month for monster bass. All of these baits will be something that I will use and catch fish on. And this will be something I can take this bag with me pond fishing or any of the little small lakes in my area and feel confident that I can catch fish on any of these baits. So let's just start off with the Strike King KVD 1.5 crankbait. This one is the Phantom Watermelon Red Crawl. Again, this is one of my all-time favorite crankbaits. I love Strike King square bills. I've got a box full of these, so I mean this is definitely something that I'm going to use. I love this color, kind of a green pumpkin on top, red on bottom. I mean this is an excellent springtime color, and obviously Strike King, it's got sticky sharp hooks. So this is definitely going to be one that I'm going to use. Then next we have the Berkley Trilene XL fishing line. And I mean this is an excellent line. Anybody that's fished before, I'm sure, has used this line. It's been around for years. I've used it ever since I was a kid. Excellent line, and I love that they didn't give some oddball pound test. I mean it's 12-pound test, and I also love that they gave a full spool and not some just little small 150 yard spool. It's a 300-yard spool, so you can fill up a reel, depending on the size, several times with this. So that's a good one. Then next we have the Berkley Power Bait Chigger Crawl. Again, number one, you can't go wrong with Berkley Power Bait. That scent, fish will hold on longer to a Berkley Power Bait. I mean it's been proven over the years, and I absolutely love these. And you can't go wrong with a crawl top bait. Again, several different ways to rig this. You can rig it alone, Texas rigged. I even have fished these before just weightless, and that's a great way to fish it. But weightless, Texas rigged. I've even seen people rig these on Ned head, and I mean that would be a perfect way to do this. But the main thing I use these for are jig trailers. They are a insane jig trailer, and again, green pumpkin color, definitely something that I will use. Then next is something that I'm anxious to try. I haven't used these before. The Gambler 4-inch bacon rind, and it doesn't say the color, but from the looks of it, I'm gonna call it Junebug. But kind of reminds me somewhat of a Zoom brush hog. But I mean, this is going to be a killer bait. You could use it possibly as a trailer. I'm going to Texas rig this more than likely. Got the little curly tails, and love that color. And actually one that I haven't tried before, but just look, I'm positive this is going to catch fish. So that's another one that I'm looking forward to trying. Then next up we have the Stanley jig and the Hail crawworm. And again, this jig, and like I mentioned earlier, this is going to be something that I'm going to be able to use in my area. And I generally am fishing in shallower water, so a lot of times I'll get jigs in boxes that are 1/2 ounce, even 3/4 of an ounce, and it's just really too heavy a jig for the areas that I fish. And I was tickled to death when I seen that they included this jig in the 3/16 ounce. I mean, this is where I fish. This is my favorite size. I love this color, green pumpkin, a little chartreuse strands on there. A great jig. And going to pair it with the Hale's crawworm. And again, this is something that I haven't fished before, but no doubt in my mind I'm gonna catch fish on this, because like all of these are baits that have won a Bassmaster Classic before. Not that that means a lot to the average Joe. It's just a cool concept, and I love it when they do these specialty bags like this. And this one, maybe pinch off just a little bit of that and use this as a trailer. And I mean, that's going to be money in ponds in my area. This is, fish are going to absolutely murder this. So that's going to be a good combination. And I could also put the chigger craw. It would match up pretty good with this little jig. So I absolutely love these combinations. Then next we have the Stanley Jigs Pro Point worm hook. I mean, I will use these, but most of the time I'm using extra wide gap hook or an owner twist lock hooks. But I will use these. I mean, these will go well with that Hale's crawworm. So I'll definitely use these. Then last but not least is the limited edition Hammerhead Alex Rudd edition Silent Square Bill. Special color from Messer Baits. And again, I love square bills just simply because most of the areas that I fish, I'm going to say 80% of the time, I'm fishing small farm ponds, and very shallow. So a deep diver is just out of the question for me, and these little square bills do great in those situations, and I absolutely love this color. A little green on the top, and it's just a excellent color. So again, I'm very happy. All of these baits will, and there's a little sticker for this month. All of these baits will catch fish for me, especially in my area. And now I just kind of want to go over the cost and everything. I think Monster Bass is going in the right direction. I haven't actually, I'm going to do that when I do the Monster Bass versus Mystery Tackle Box Elite comparison. I haven't gone online to actually verify all these prices, but I'm pretty sure they're trying to take the MSRP from Tackle Warehouse now. So, and just glancing at these prices, I'm going to say that they're fairly close. And the only one this month, it's they're claiming $55.50 worth of baits in this bag, and I'm gonna say that's pretty spot on. The only one that I would question is their branded bait, the Silent Square Bill. They're saying that it's MSRP of $15. And again, I've said this in the past with some of their branded baits. Again, here it is. And this is a question you're going to have to ask yourself. Would you pay $15 for this bait? Me personally, the answer to that question is no. Do I think it is an awesome bait? Absolutely. But there's this far too many good crankbaits that you can get for far less than $15 for me to pay $15 for one. That's just my personal opinion. And if it's one thing that I hope people get out of my videos, is that I'm going to be 100% honest and upfront, and basically call all these companies out on some of the things that I think they're doing. So one thing that I know it gave some people some heartburn last month was when Monster Bass included the bag. They included the price of the bag in their MSRP total for the bag. So this is last month's brochure. So if you got Monster Bass last month, they were claiming an MSRP of $55. And a lot of people, and they included the price, the $10 price tag on the bag. And a lot of people were complaining that, well, hey, if you take, why are you claiming the price of the bag in this? That if you take that out, your MSRP would go down to $45. So there's people on both sides of the fence. Should they include the price of the bag? Should they not include the price of the bag? Me personally, I feel that they shouldn't. And I think it's funny that this month they did not include the price of the bag. As you can see, the Monster Bass reusable bait bag, this month they did not include that in the total MSRP of this bag. They are claiming now it is a bonus. So they went from February including it to March not, and not including it this month. The MSRP of the bag is $55.50. So just my opinion, I think that's a smart move. They don't need to be tacking on an extra $10, making you feel like you're getting a better value than you are. And I also feel that this month, that is one of the reasons why the limited edition crankbait that they included, me personally, I feel that they overinflated that price $15 to compensate for not including the price of the bait bag, because realistically, my opinion, it's all going to even out. What I think they said, that this is a $5 crankbait. Instead of saying we're charging people $10 for a bag, let's just up this $5 crankbait to $15, and it's still going to even out the same. Again, let's see some comments down below. That's just my opinion. And that being said, I still think this is, whatever the MSRP of this bag is, this is a great bag. This is one I'm going to be able to take to the local ponds, and I'm fairly confident that, and actually I'm going to try that, do a slam with this bag. I think all this stuff is going to be fairly easy to catch some fish on. Well guys, I'm going to quit rambling on. I hope you kind of like this, kind of going over the baits at the end. I'm going to continue to do this. Still at the beginning, I'll just do my plain, open the baits, show them, and move on to the next bait. And then at the end, if you're interested, have more of an in-depth discussion of the baits. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I will have a link up above showing my playlist of Monster Bass versus Mystery Tackle Box Elite. It's going to be a year-long series comparing the two value-wise, what you get for your money, and I think it's turning out to be a very good video series, and I encourage everyone to check it out. And again, like always, if you've made it to the end of the video, guys, I'd like to tell everyone I really appreciate it. If you like this content, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, leave some comments down below. Warmer weather is just around the corner, so I'm expecting to really start getting some more fishing content out. And again, just like to tell everyone I really appreciate it, and keep coming back for more. It means a lot to me. And until next time, guys, keep those lines tight.